Experience of a lifetime.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Hershey Center. Glad you can join us here for another edition of the Battle Appeal. The first time these two teams meet this year, the Brampton Battalion committed to the Hershey Center to take on the Mississauga Ice Dogs. Glad you can join us here on Rogers Television, exclusive home of the Ontario Hockey League. The Brampton Battalion come in here tonight after a heartbreaking loss to the St. Michael's Majors last night. They lost 3-0, but that despite the fact that they peppered Andy Kyoto, the Toronto St. Michael's netminder, with 43 shots, and they still couldn't get one past them. The Brampton Battalion starting the year very hot, but the last 6 out of 8 games they have lost, and they are 3-6-1 in their last 10. As for the Mississauga Ice Dogs, they had a big win here on Wednesday over the Kingston Frontenacs, 6-4, and a big weekend for both these teams. The Mississauga Ice Dogs, Brampton Battalion, they play each other twice. They're in the same division. It's the Battle of Peel, and the Mississauga Ice Dogs trailed them by 2 points. So obviously a win-win for either team puts a big chunk of space in between them in the Central Division. Let's throw it back upstairs right now to Doug Anderson and Bill Cole for all the action here on OHL Primetime. Glad you can join us. Gentlemen, have a great game.
Thank you once again, Mark. The removal of the Rogers GTA Cup from center ice as we get set for the first period of play. And that is a cup that's awarded to the club between Brampton, Mississauga, and Toronto St. Michael's Majors, who has the best record. In the net for the Brampton Battalion tonight, wearing number 35, Brad Topping. Battalion in their road white uniforms. And Billy, Topping has seen most of the action so far for the battalion.
Yeah, you're right. He's 4-6-0 to start the season with a goals against average of 3.90 and a save percentage of just under 900 at 897. Miguel Baudry seen most of the action for the Ice Dogs. He'll get the start tonight. He's 4-6-2 with a 3.90 goals against average, a save percentage of 904.
Play underway here in the first period. Ice Dogs inside their own zone. Linhart gathers it up as they move the puck to center ice. Battalion are there to knock it down. Rookie Wojtek Volsky knocks it inside of Ice Dog territory. Jacina up front with Curran and O'Sullivan. Fed to O'Sullivan, shot right on. Rebound, they score! Greg Jacina makes it 1-0.
And welcome back to the lineup, Greg Jacina. And you got to like the work from that trio. Jacina out there working along with O'Sullivan and Curran. Curran out there to do the banging, and O'Sullivan the playmaking. Jacina finished it. Just like that, we're only, my math isn't that great. What, 44 seconds?
44 seconds.
Yeah, I was right, so it's 44 seconds into the first period. Ice Dogs up 1-0.
The whole reason why they're banning calculators in preschool. Holy jeez.
I tried to count my fingers, but it wasn't too effective.
So the battalion strike for first blood. Or sorry, the Ice Dogs strike for first blood. Henry. Patrick O'Sullivan from behind his own net, turning on the Jets through the neutral zone. O'Sullivan gets the shot away and scores! Patrick O'Sullivan going coast to coast. It's a 2-0 hockey game.
O'Sullivan using Buckley there as a nice screen. I'm not sure Topping saw that puck before it was on top of him. Doug, that didn't take long. Ice Dogs take a 2-0 lead. Patrick Sullivan scores his first goal of the night and picks up point number 2 just like that.
What a pleasure to watch Patrick O'Sullivan turn on the Jets from behind his own net. And he had one thing in mind, and that was blow past the defense and beats Brad Topping with a quick wrist shot. So the Ice Dogs have come out flying here in the first period of play. Young will leave it for Henrik. Henrik preps to Young. Low shot, that's partially blocked. Turnaround shot. Big save from Baudry. Rebound, Volsky. He couldn't shove it past Miguel Baudry. Down low, and Hawley will tie him up. Ice Dogs get it to the blue line and out. Here comes Rudisella on the break. Puck on at its edge. Rudisella right in, he scores! What a goal from Dan Rudisella, picking a 3-inch corner and beating Brad Topping. It's 3-0 Ice Dogs.
Now Dan Rudisella with a short-handed goal, just 3 seconds left in the penalty to Jacina. What hustle, picked up that loose puck along the far boards, had a strange angle coming in on Topping, but didn't hesitate. He roofed it, put it up over the glove hand of Topping. 3-0 Ice Dogs, still 8:19 to go here in this first period.
Now I know there's a lot of time left in this hockey game. Watch Rudisella. Puck on edge, gets it, and then looks, boom. Thank you very much. How long do you keep Brad Topping between the pipes? Couldn't hang on to the pass. Miracle pinching in, and here comes McClement with a 2-on-1. McClement and Rosendahl feeds him the man. There's the shot. He scores! Scott Rosendahl makes it a 3-1 hockey game. What a nice pass.
And you just mentioned Scott Rosendahl, the overager, coming in having played at Oshawa and Guelph last year, and a nice addition for Stan Butler's club here. We saw there he worked nicely with McClement to put Brampton on the board just as soon as Brampton killed off that power play.
Rosendahl coming over from the Guelph Storm in exchange for steady defenseman Corey Leclerc. Brampton's already made another couple of moves, and that would be Patrick Turcotte being traded as well. 4 extremely talented forwards. You got to have one guy to mind the store. Timmins is that guy. That out in front. Oh, what a pass from Robbie Shrimp to Greg Jacina.
That was the Magic Johnson no look there between the legs. That's a thing of beauty. We'll have to get a look at that on the replay. Robbie Shrimp just stopped it, tapped it between the legs. And Jacina pops his 4th of the season, 2nd of the night. That's coming with just 7 seconds left in that 5-on-3 situation. Here's the feed from the side of the net. You can see Robbie Shrimp just tapping it through. Greg Jacina all by himself and puts it in for a 4-1 lead, restoring that 3-goal lead.
Greg Jacina will not get an easier goal in his lifetime. In front, huge save from Beaudry, robbing Tyler Harrison. Linhart for Tyler Eady. Eady chips it over to Lyons, right in on goal. Lyons shot, rebound, and Topping throws out the big glove for a big save of his own, keeping it still a 4-1 hockey game. Yeah. And Volsky comes back the other way, leading the attack. Oh, feather to pass through Rowan. Rowan out of the box, scores! Chris Rowan makes it 4-2.
Chris Rowan working against Greg Jacina. Jacina back playing as the power play just expired, Doug. So with 11:16 to go, he's cut that lead in half. You can see the pass ahead. Rowan's had about 4 great chances from in close. Finally beats Beaudry this time around. Beaudry committing a little bit early that time.
Siska scores! Dan Siska steps in the slot, picks up a loose puck, beats Brad Topping, and restores the 3-goal lead.
That's a big goal for the Dogs, obviously here, Doug. You're right, it does restore the 3-goal lead. Siska just happened to find the puck in a stick. He's one of those guys that the puck just seems to follow around periodically, and Siska scoring his first of the night. Robbie Shrimp tried to make the move to beat his defenseman. Couldn't do it, but the loose puck picked up by Siska and fired into the net.
Burns out in front, Harrison shot, big glove coming from Miguel Beaudry.
Penalty 17-17.
Hotham with the penalty. Here's Rudisella looking for a second shorthanded goal, and he gets it. A 6-2 lead for the Dogs, and Rudisella is the reason this PK unit is working perfectly.
He certainly is. Anybody who deserves the shorthanded goals, it's Rudisella. You're right, number 2 on the evening, number 5 on the season for Rudisella. And talking about just teeing this thing up, he walked in, he had all sorts of time to tee it up and blasted it past Brad Topping. Rudisella getting the congratulations. We'll get a look at it here on the replay. You can see pretty much all alone in from the red line. Just the top of the face-off circle, about the hash mark, head up, teed up, and see it. Tonight, he had a couple of goals and an assist. Patrick O'Sullivan with a goal and a couple of assists.
Dan Rudisella.
Rudisella with a couple of goals. Robbie Shrimp with 3 assists.
Rudisella with a couple of shorthanded goals. I like that.
Yeah, it's certainly played a key role here tonight. Final shots on goal. Brampton 13 in that period for a game total of 39. Mississauga 10 for a game total of 29. Again, Dan Rudisella with a pair, Greg Jacina with a pair, Dan Siska and Patrick O'Sullivan. Also with the singles for Brampton, Scott Rosendahl and Chris Rowan lighting the lamp.
6-2 the final score after 3 periods of play. The Mississauga Ice Dogs happily will go in the dressing room with a 4-goal win, and Miguel Baudry outstanding once again. We're coming back with more on Rogers Sports. Stay with us from the Hershey Center.
Anyway, we're going to throw it upstairs right now to Doug and Bill for their thoughts, final thoughts on the game. Obviously, 2 huge points for the Mississauga Ice Dogs. Interesting to see how they were going to come out and play this game. But really, they played an extremely well-balanced attack and very good defensively. And the Mississauga Ice Dogs come away with 2 points. What are your thoughts on this, guys?
Well, the Ice Dogs did come out flying right from the start, and really, they played a great hockey game from start to finish, and one of the first times we've seen a full 60 minutes from this club.
That's exactly what it was, Doug. Justina setting the stage just 44 seconds into that opening period when he scored the goal. He played a strong game tonight. Baudry, obviously, as well, and Rudisella. To me, the key tonight, Brampton 0 for 9 with the man advantage. The one thing worse than going 0 for 9 in the power play, going 0 for 9 having 2 shorthanded goals scored against you. That's what Dan Rudisella does for this hockey club.
Yeah, Dan Rudisella picks up our play of the game as Rudisella picks up the 3rd goal of the game and 2 shorthanded goals. Boy, he was absolutely wonderful in this hockey game.
Yeah, and Robbie Schremp did a lot of work on this goal as well. Schremp with 3 assists tonight. Can't overlook the effort that he put into tonight. Let's not forget that little between the legs poke pass to Justina for his 2nd goal tonight early in that 2nd period. And we'll get a look at it here in the replay. Rudicella's 2nd short-handed goal. Oh, actually, this is his 1st. Walks in. Watch this shot. Right up over the glove hand of Brad Topping. No chance to stop that at all. It's Rudisella scoring his 4th goal of the season. That was the 3rd goal of that 1st period. That was our play of the game. Dan Rudisella, an outstanding effort tonight. Miguel Baudry, too.
And gave the Ice Dogs a 2-goal lead and never looked back from there. It was all Ice Dogs. And right, Miguel Baudry was the star of this show for the Mississauga Ice Dogs. We'll see if things change for Sunday. Let's go back downstairs to Mark Heron.
Boy, it's going to be a great game on Sunday. The Mississauga Ice Dogs now have to go into the Brampton Centre for Sports and Entertainment, and I'm telling you, if you've watched a lot of hockey, teams like the Brampton Battalion will bounce back, and they are going to remember this loss here, so they are going to be up there and ready for that game. It's going to be an interesting one on Sunday afternoon. We're going to be having that game here, 2 p.m. live. Rogers Television will be on the air for the 2nd game of this home-and-home series between these 2 squads. Well, that does it here for Rogers Television and the OHL Primetime. I'd like to thank Sarah Buchan, our sideline reporter, Doug, Bill, and all the crew. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you on Sunday.